Who engineered this?
Get the cassette, boys.
Bring one of your grandkids in.
Yeah. Thanks. Bring one of my grandkids in? Holy shitballs! How old do you think I am? Oh yeah, old enough now, man. Anyway. Oh, that was great. I love that. I gotta touch on the online dating a little bit more. No touching. Anyway, so talking about Grandpa. So I did go visit a website for mature, adults. So I thought, well, why not? I like older chicks. So alright, so I'm filling out my profile. Thanks to the wonders of, Microsoft and computer programs, I got to the, what's your age? So so I click on that and window comes down. Day of the month, 1 through 31. So I hit me a 17. Click on month and window comes down. 12 months, hit me in April. So I clicked on the year. Window comes down all the way to the fucking floor. It started with 1929. I'm like, holy shitballs, who are they trying to hook up with here? I'm trying to stay out of the nursing homes. Holy cow, I stopped right there. I tell you, I stopped right there. I'm like, I don't think this is for me. 1929! Oh my goodness gracious. So I saw another one, and I'm like, hey, this looks pretty good. And they always, intrigue you with the sexy shots, I'm like, hey, I like this one. I popped on it and got in there and, their head page, and I'm looking at it, and it's like, the motto was, the odds are good, but the goods are odd. I'm like, no, okay, I don't think this one's for me either. I'm out of here on this one. I don't think I can do this one. Oh, man. Yeah, anyway. I mean, if you want a good laugh, check it out. Talking about check it out, we're going to check out our next act. A young man that came with another young man. And so they're the dueling. All right, we're going to stop with that. Let's give our warm applause for Shannan. Come on up, guy.
Woo! How we doing tonight? Woo! Ridiculous. All right, there we go. Oh, good to be here tonight. First time doing this. I'm scared to death. My grandma gave me a piece of advice when I was doing the Christmas play when I was in kindergarten. She said, like Dano said, imagine the audience naked. Grandma said naked. Grandma's different. Okay? That scared the crap out of me as a kindergartner. I'm looking around going, what's that? Brian's mom is hot. Anyway, oh man, this is fun. This is cool. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world today. It's kind of crazy. This election just got over with, whatever side of the fence you stand on, hey, we just gotta kind of hope and pray that this guy's got something planned good. Maybe, I don't know. Kind of scares the crap out of me too. Yeah, I don't know. This world's going kind of different direction, and I think I know why. Because people my age are starting to be in charge of stuff. It's not good. We grew up on Sesame Street. What did you learn from Sesame Street? Good Lord. Far! Yeah, we got it, Grover. Good Lord. Come on. Cookie Monster. Gosh, it took me till I was 27 years old to realize it was socially unacceptable to yell, "Cookie!" and attack every cookie in the room. Girl Scouts got a restraining order on me. Had to register as a cookie offender. Look at my map of my home on the internet there. There's a little chocolate chip right on it. No one's coming over there. Oh man, my life is a joke. You know, people ask me how you come up with stuff. I got 2 jobs, 2 kids, 7 chickens. I just had 8 puppies last night. My dog had 8 puppies. My kid cried to death. He thought the dog was dying. We got home from the grocery store and there's blood all over the floor. The dog's freaking out. Well, you're gonna learn the facts of life, son. Okay? Puppies don't just show up. My dog was pissed too. She was, she did not want the kids near her at all. Which is hard for kids, because they're like, yeah, puppies. No, it was a mess. It was a mess. But that's okay. Life was supposed to be stressful at this age, you know? But, I don't know. This is, it's a tough time we're living in, though. Because, you know, the greatest generation, they were awesome. And now you got people like us, like I was saying. You know, the people younger than us grew up on Teletubbies. Come on. That's worse than Sesame Street. You got these creatures walking around with things on their head. Some sort of TV in the belly. What is that? You got this baby up in the sun, some sort of baby god. Ah! You ever been spit up on by a giant baby from the sun? You know, that's gonna burn or smell really bad, I don't know. Oh, you know, the greatest generation though, World War II, boy, they grew up on something better, the Great Depression. That's why they were the greatest generation, because they didn't have stupid crap like Teletubbies. But, yeah, I don't know, this is just craziness we're living in. Anybody here, for gun control or against gun control? Who wants to raise their hand? Anybody? For gun control? Go, okay. Who likes guns? Raise your hand if you like guns. Okay, anybody who wanted the guns controlled? Those are the ones you want to mug after this, because they're not carrying one. I carry a gun everywhere I go. People think I'm a freak. I do the open carry usually, you know, and people see me and then they see my kids and they're like, what's the matter with you? What's the matter with you? That's why I carry it. I don't know anything about you. Oh, man. I'm married good. I'm married really good. My wife is awesome. I don't deserve her. She's much better looking than me, much smarter. She knows it. That's okay. We decided the reason we fight, it's me. It's because I'm stupid. And, I try to do good, you know. I try to understand why we fight about dumb things, you know, and sometimes we just have a dumb fight. And then I was reading this book. It said you're supposed to ask questions to diffuse the situation. Okay. We got in a dumb argument the other day. Don't even remember what it was about. I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to diffuse the situation. Honey, why are you acting like a psycho right now? Wrong. When I regained my consciousness, I realized I was wrong. Yeah, wrong thing to do. Oh man. Anybody have kids? Young kids, older kids? Young kid. Who's got the young kids? Anybody? How old?
10 and 6.
10 and 6. Okay, you're in the next stage of life. I got 3 and 13 months.
Oh, wow.
They're insanely young and they think I'm cool. Got them fooled. Give it 10 more years. Oh man, but my son, he thinks he's Indiana Jones. It's awesome. Just play Indiana Jones with him all day long. And he does other stuff too, you know, stuff that he observes throughout the day. My wife nurses our daughter. Well, we have this pile of laundry up on the couch because we get it folded. Welcome to my life. It's chaos, you know, we just don't get stuff done. Well, he grabs the bra from the top of the laundry pile. He puts it on. Son, what are you doing? I'm a mama. Walks around, grabs the doll, Starts nursing it. Oh, that's really cute, until he does it at Walmart. Pulls one off the shelf, people looking at me like I'm a freak of nature. What do you see at home, little boy? What's that dad here is up to? These people don't realize what he sees. It's normal. Oh, kids will humble you, that's for sure, that's for sure. It's good though. It's awesome. Oh, man. So, you know, I've come to realize, reading the Bible, that the devil must be real because she just lost the election. So, yeah, I went there. Oh, speaking of crazy women, read the Bible, read the book of Job. His wife must have been awful. Think about that, people. The devil took everything from Job. Took his kids, killed them, killed his servants, killed his cattle, gave Job boils and swords. His wife was left alive. What does that tell you? Hey, devil, Job's wife's right over there. I know. Well, people, this is awesome. This is fun. It's been great. And I'm really excited to introduce the next guy. He's really fun. So we'll have a good time with that. Thanks a lot, folks. It's been fun.
All right. Thank you, Angie. Let's give another round of applause for Angie over there. Yeah, awesome, thank you. Well, I got one more little ditty I'd like to share with you before we bring our next and last act out. By the way, I still have some canned potted meat. If you'd like, I better get rid of that. The dogs are starting to circle. I love fall and winter. I really do. Probably because I'm part polar bear. And but anyway, I got to tell you about this. And some of you like fall. You'd have to admit it. You know, the trees change color. You know, no more bugs. No more mowing the lawn, you might have to rake a leaf or two, but you can wear that sweater to cover up that beach bod that you never did have, you know? It's wonderful. But what I like, and I think this is more or less a Wisconsin thing, I grew up with this, the outdoor fridge. Does anybody have an outdoor fridge? Got the front porch or the back porch that's screened in. Throw the drinks out there, you know, and anything out there, and it keeps nice and cold for you. I like that. It's like a walk-in fridge. I grew up, a lot of my career was frozen dairy manager, so I was like, I'm home, you know. But anyway, at least over there I could do it without my pants on. At work, they frowned on that. But anyway, that's a whole other topic. So anyway, I invented what I would like to call the portable redneck fridge. Okay? There is nothing like waking up in the morning, hitting the snooze, after you roll over, opening the window, grabbing a long neck, popping the top, and drinking a beer. I mean, it's just wonderful. I think it's the best way to start out a day. It's one of the perks of living in Wisconsin. Now, if you're going to do this at home, I have some helpful tips, life hacks. You know, you see those life hacks, you know. And step one would be camouflage. If you're going to do this, you need to camouflage your brewskis, okay? Don't leave them in the original 6-pack holder. Hold on to it, but don't put them in there, okay? What you want to do is you want to use a cereal box, like Special K or a box of tampons, something like that, where nobody would suspect that there's brewskis in there, you know? Because, you know, if you just leave them in a 6-pack holder, they're going to disappear. I know this because my neighbor lost a couple. I can attest to that personally. So don't leave them in the original 6-pack. You gotta camouflage your stash. Secondly, you need to down the first beer as quickly as possible. if you want to stay in bed for any length of time, you're going to need that later, okay? Which comes to my second invention, the redneck long neck bedpan bottle. Yes, that's right. The redneck long neck bedpan bottle. This is something that is necessary if you want to drink in bed without getting out of bed early in the morning, right? Now, after some considerable, I just didn't wake up and come up with this, people. I did a lot of R&D. That's research and development for some of you. But anyway, I did a lot of R&D, so, you know, this is tested and proven, okay? So get that first beer out of the way so you can have your redneck long neck bedpan bottle. Now, you want to make sure not to get those mixed up with your fresh brew. Yeah. That's something you don't need in the morning. Which comes to the last tip here, is recycling. We're all green, we're all about recycling. So what do we do with our special brew after we've made it? For you, sir, it's a micro brew, but that's a different story. But anyway, well, you just keep the cap, you pop that on the cap, and this is where the six-pack holder comes in at. You slip that bottle right in the six-pack holder, proudly display that on the windowsill of your home, and poof, it disappears. Yes, someone else will enjoy your special brew. Right there, that's some good stuff. So there's my gift to you, ladies and gentlemen, for Christmas, the portable redneck refrigerator, huh? You can't beat that, can't beat that. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we have saved the best for last, and this is a special day for him. Talking about him, I thought about him today. Well, we went over to the... It was so windy that Paulie's hairpiece kind of floated up there. I'm like, ooh, look at that shit. But anyway, a dear friend of mine, all the way from Dublin, Ireland, here he is, Paulie. Let's give a round of applause for Paulie. Busy man, he's been on the morning show with Breakfast with Bob. How are you been doing? You been doing all right?
I've been doing fine.
All right, here he is, folks.
Hi, how's it going? Let's get some ground rules here, right? I'm Irish, but I'm human, okay? And I do have a drink, right? Everybody thinks that Irish people drink like mad, right? Well, it's true. If you walk down behind any Irish pub after a good night, hiya. I'll do the selfies, okay? If you walk behind any pub at the end of a good night's drinking in Ireland, you would think you're back looking at the fucking Wisconsin River. Tell you a little bit about myself, right? Obviously I'm Irish, yeah. About that height, I was influenced by the church, right, because we were all devout Catholics. At my grandfather's funeral, right? First dramatic, excuse me, the popcorn here is shite, At the grandfather's funeral, I thought what they were saying was, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and into the Holy Ghost. And for a long, long time, nobody told me any different. And when I started school and the priest came around, bless yourselves. Here, you, young Curtis, that's my son. It's not very Irish name, it's like French derivative of a frog. And the priest says, bless yourself. I said, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and into the Holy Ghost. What the fuck are you talking about? He says. Where'd you learn that? I said, at my grandfather's funeral. He said, it's strange. Anyway, he taught me a little bit better anyway, so I do it properly good. Very Catholic country. Priests get an awful time. I don't know if anybody ever seen Father Ted. No. It's one of the funniest shows that go out. But anyway, little fella, me granny. Now, there was a woman that could certainly teach a thing or two, but I used to have to give her her suppository. Now, I was only that size, right? And the very first time she said, son, will you put the suppository in? So I had a look. And I said, Jesus, granny, I said, do I feed the starfish or do I feed the chicken? Jesus, whatever you want, you know. That was my second life experience anyway. But growing up in Ireland is great. We don't take things too seriously, like death and whatever. You know, it's not like a good funeral. Like everybody goes on for a few pints or whatever, says goodbye to the person that's passed away, and good luck to them, you know. But that priest that I was talking about, just going back to him now for a second, because he told us a great story when we were at school, that he was in his presbytery, and there was a funeral on, but he wasn't doing it. There was a priest drafted in from another parish, because the person that was getting buried wasn't outside that particular parish. So, the priest is looking out the window, and he sees the coffee bearers come in. He goes, puts on the kettle, has a cup of tea, because we drink a lot of tea over there, and Guinness as well. Probably more Guinness than tea. About half an hour later, he looks out the window, and they're still walking around with this coffin, around the fucking whole cemetery. Oh, Jesus, he says to himself, what do I do here? Put on his coat anyway, out he goes. Catches up with him, he says, excuse me, he says, what seems to be your problem here? Oh, Jesus, Father, I think we've lost the plot. Oh, does anybody know much about hospitals? If you want to know about Irish hospitals, they're a fucking wicked place. Don't go there. If you're sick, don't go there. Murphy wakes up after an operation. The doctor says, we've got some good news and some bad news. He said, well, what's the bad news? He said, they're after amputating the wrong leg. He said, what's the fucking good news? He said, your back was getting better. Another man wakes up after a very, very, very tragic accident with his family in a car where they were driving on a bridge. And went, oh thanks. Is that Vodkin? They were driving on the bridge anyway, and there was a jackknife truck came over the bridge and ran into it and went underneath it. A big cell. Oh, that's gorgeous, thanks. So anyway, he wakes up, the trauma team all around him, and he says, the surgeon says, just take it easy now, Mr. Smith. He said, take it easy. You've gone through an awful time here. And he says, my wife, is she all right? She was a ballerina, wasn't she? What do you mean, she was? She lost her legs. Her legs are gone. One arm is gone. There's not much left of her head. Oh my God, he said, no more dancing for her, you know. And my son, you know, the concerto violinist. Oh no, not more. He's got no chin left, so he can't press the violin there. His shoulder's missing as well, we couldn't find that. He's no legs, nothing. God, what am I going to do? And my daughter, oh, no more piano playing for her, her fingers are gone. That's all that's really wrong with her, but I don't think she can play the piano anymore. Oh my God, he says, holy Jesus. He says, I'm only kidding you. He says, they're all fucking dead. Miles Morphy, another Morphy, right? So lots of Morphys, right? Poor old Miles, he had an awful throat infection and it got really bad, so they had to operate on him. They took half his esophagus out and some more bits and pieces that are in there too. I don't know the medical terms for it, but anyway, you get the idea. And so the surgeon said to him, look, you're going to have to take food in from underneath for the next 3 months. It's called an anal rectally feeding diet. Well, how does it go in there, he says? Oh, we'll give you the apparatus. We'll sort you out, you know. And then we'll train you how to do it. So, okay. So he had the surgery, woke up,